Hello, Zalalam from 2620 is active. Today we will see how to implement interthread communication using functions defined in the object class. But before that, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe, and if you like the video, like, comment, and share. So when we say interthread communication, you can look at it a perspective where one class has to bring something so that the other class will do the next activity, and doing something in one class takes time. So the other class, if it has got another activity, then it will be able to do its activity in a synchronized and smooth fashion. So for example, if you have got two people loading a truck, so with a kind of items, so one guy will bring up the items to the guy standing in the truck, and so he accepts each item step by step and puts on the truck. So the other task of the guy on the truck is also to sort the items that he brought from the guy bringing him from the floor. So if they don't have a smooth communication, the guy on the truck may have to wait, thinking that his colleague bringing items from the floor will bring an item now, and the guy from the floor might take time, so that the person on the truck will waste time. It's like he's waiting for an item, but because of various reasons, the person bringing the item from the floor might take time. So by communicating smoothly, if they have agreed that the person bringing the items from the floor will notify the guy in the truck whenever he brings an item, then the person on the truck might not have to worry, and in between the times where his colleague brings an item, he can sort the items he has already put on the truck. Okay, so like that, if a class has to bring something for another class to use that item, then there has to be a clear communication. Okay, so to explain or demonstrate that one, let's have an example. Okay, let's have a provider class. Okay, so we have a class which provides a data to another class. So here we will define an integer called num, and then we will have method. Okay, so here we have said the two classes should communicate in a synchronized fashion. So that what I mean is we have to use a synchronized method. So we have to add here synchronized functions here. So the second one will be, okay, synchronized the number, put num n. Okay, so now we have assigned the value of n with a set message. Okay, we have to make it set. Okay, good. So we will add another class. Let's call it let's say wholesaler. The wholesaler will collect products from the provider, and let's make it implement. Okay, and we'll implement the methods. Okay, so we'll have provider class. So here we will have a constructor, and this constructor will take provider class, and then we have to define a thread representing the seller. Let's say while true set will increase the number, and so this is the wholesaler, and we will have consumer class. Let's call it user class. Okay, and this also implements runnable. So here we have to implement the method. Okay, so here also we'll have and the thread, and okay, and then we will have the thread initialized. We have to initialize the thread class with the new keyword, and here we will do this will be only one event, so to make it congruent with the wholesaler, let's say with a while loop. So here we have got both classes initialized. So the next step is to use them in the let's go to the main class and initialize the provider class, wholesaler. So it takes the provider class, and user class. This also takes the provider class. So here we could say start and then the user class. So when we run this one, we will get that the user class will be using repeatedly falsely, but we expect user class to use each number in each step. So when we run this one, we will get say you will get 0 1 2 and then 3 3 7 8 and so on. So you will get a multiple values put and got by the user class. We want to see the first few ones. Okay, you will get similar outputs below down, but here this example is enough. Okay, so we have got 3 put once, but the user class got it twice. So to make the communication smoother, we will modify the provider class. Okay, so here we will use boolean value product set, let's say it's false, and now we will make the methods to wait and notify for each other, and then set, since this is okay, so here we will have our got method. We print that one, and we will, so here we modified the provider class. We made it wait for the set method, and then once it has waited and got the number, it will notify that it has got the number and return the number. And the set method also will wait for the get method, and the get method will notify it once it has got the number, and then it will execute. So you will get the output put and got turn by turn sequentially. So let's see this one. So what we are going to do is watch this one. So we put the number 0 and we get the number 0. We put the number 1 and we get the number 1. There is no numbers mentioned as got number more than once it has been provided. So this is step by step execution with a proper inter-thread communication. So in addition to the notify method, there is also notifyAll method. Okay, so you use this method if you have more than one method or class that has to wait for you, then you would notify all of them that use this method. Okay, when you use it in multiple classes or multiple places, you notify multiple waiting items. So that's how you use inter-thread communication.